Hello, this is Amy. As you may know, one of the things I suffer with is autism. And I am here today to talk about something that usually happens when you have autism or other disabilities and or mental capacities that hurt you because it makes you overreact. I am right now I just took a shower, and yes, my left, left ear right now is not hearing as well as I'd like. And yes, I did over panic, and I am still very much panicked. Um, I hate when you put in the Q-tip and you try to regulate. One of the things that kind of helps is you turn up stuff. Now it's not both ears, thank God, because I watched about unplugging. So I'm going to try to teach you how maybe to unplug if these work. I've been trying yawning like crazy. I've tried, doing different things like this. Sometimes they can help. My girlfriend tried sucking it with dry. We have not done, though, the one thing, the debrox, because putting eardrops in my ear would block it, and it would help. I do know that it does sort of work, but then you have to make sure that you rinse it like really crazily, because the liquid goes behind and it makes your ear itchy. And I'm not going to go with one person, because one person's like, "Oh, you don't need to rinse it out." Yes, you do. Don't listen to those a-holes. They once gave me one, and um it made my ear completely blocked. And I know that I have issues because of when I was younger. I had to go through a water going into my ear, and as you can clearly tell, I'm not doing so well just with one ear. And I'm barely holding on, talking to you all. I'm doing this because you need to understand that autism and things people go through, you can't escape this. I can't put myself in another body, and here I can't. I can't exactly make this go away. I'm gonna try unplugging it, but the thing I'm worried about is if I try to unclog it, it may go worse. And that's something you gotta realize. For you people who don't have these type of issues, most of you have something you're petrified of or scared of. Mine is losing hearing, eyesight, and yeah, you could say suck it up, but it doesn't work. It does not work. I can't change bodies. The fight isn't within me. And I'm kind of embarrassed to show you my hair not dried yet, because it's not. So that's why it's in this towel. And yes, I am functioning only 50%. Actually, worse than that, because I'm not doing so well. I want people to realize that when you have autism or something you fear, this is what you can't get rid of it. It don't go out of the way. There's no way for me to just, again, move bodies, take it out of myself. I mean, yes, I could do the one process, but I am losing it. I don't like, even now, I'm not liking it now, and that's why I'm going a little bit higher in my voice, because I don't like losing a function. I decided to do this just one because I said I would try to do these, and I never did it, so now I'm doing it to prove a point. And two, because I want to explain to people that this autism is not to be taken lightly. If you have someone that has a fear of heights, claustrophobic, I'm claustrophobic. If I can't get out, I've been locked in twice a freezer, so um I do have a valid fear of that because it's happened, or being locked in a bathroom. And hearing is another one of those things that if it wasn't me, I wouldn't it wouldn't be as bad, and I can understand from that point of view too. But when it's you. Think of something right in front of you. You can't escape it. It's on you. It's stuck on you. Whatever it is. If you don't have a fear, that's a good thing. This is real life. Real life always is something like if I can feel it, if it makes a sense, if I can feel something, I'm trying to stay calm, but um gonna show some ways to try to stay calm. While I'm trying to remain calm, I'm gonna try to teach you some ideas. One, try not to freak out. Of course, that's not always the case. I did it myself. Two, try to find an answer to your issue or generalize. Like if you're stuck somewhere, when I was stuck in a freezer, someone pushed the door. My first thoughts were not panic because there was still light or there was glow in the dark exit signs. It was a very small area. My first thought was, let's try the doors. One door will open. First door did not open. But there was another door. So I said, okay, first door isn't opening, but there's a second door. I'm not in trouble yet. And clearly, that was not the case. The doors were literally broken to where they weren't opening. After this point, I would say don't try to panic, try to rationalize. If you have a cell phone, get somebody. Don't try to do what I did, but I didn't have a cell phone in my defense because at work, you're not supposed to have a cell phone because it's not for the rules. Maybe next time I will disembark them. So what I did next was I screamed because I know I'm a very good screamer, and I banged on that door till anybody heard me. Now it may have been a little bit quicker because it's a very loud factory, so it was going to be a little bit before someone was going to hear me. Somebody may have came with the next pies, maybe, doubtful. And thank God my voice was very loud and people could kind of hear me because I got out of that situation. So, what I'm trying to say is try to think rationally. Try to get yourself out of that situation. I have looked at 5 ways to unclog your ears. First thing, try to figure out a way, if there is a way, to be rational first. Then I would say, depending on the circumstance, like me in the freezer, yeah, that's a very responsible response. Like I said, I gotta move around a little bit, so just know that this is, I guess what you call ritualistic or autistic to do things. Like I said, if I wasn't talking to you, I'd be turning this up, trying these, and trying to do something with my ear. I'm showing you in time, real time, real time, what's going on. It's kind of embarrassing for me, but maybe some people don't believe that people can go through these situations. So I'm showing you in real time, real, what is going on and trying to be rational while I'm doing it. Now, if for some godforsaken reason you can't find a solution or a partial, which I'm going to try with you to see, ow, I hit my tooth. If you can't find a rational solution, and this ain't a go to the hospital moment, because, yeah, that would be where I would want to go, then also trying to calm yourself down. Now, I don't know what works for most people, because every autistic person is different, and females and males are different, so I can't generalize what's going to work for you. I can only talk from my personal experience alone. So anything I tell you, you need to go check with your medical professional. And again, not spoilers, but I am through distress. So if you can't deal with that, you don't want to watch this. And this is real. This isn't. I am going through as I'm going through with you with the ear. So one thing you can do is try talking it out. Talking it out can sometimes not get rid of the situation, but it can help, kind of. I'm going to change some of this stuff around me. Like I said, my hair hasn't been dried yet. I want to get this taken care of. And sometimes chewing on something. Of course, though, if you have a mask on because you're trying to be safe, chewing on something is not a possibility. So that's why possibly some people try doing things that may not make sense, like hitting or clapping, or like I said, I'm feeling distress in the ear. I'm vocal about it, but I'm not really good at getting something to work with it. I don't know why this is blinking. I would turn it off. I'm trying to check my hearing and it's still quite not bad, but it's bad. Finding a toy or something. Can you, especially if you have an autistic one or autism, it can maybe help. It's 5:57 in the morning, California. Like I said, the lockdown is not my issue. It's this ear that's my issue, and no amount of medication is going to get rid of it, except for Debrox, which I'm not willing to go that far. I mean, dedication, maybe, but I would rinse out. I'm not leaving that crap in my ear because usually I come out with big stuff in my ear. It's not a good thing. It's a bad thing. I don't like it. You're seeing real time. And I don't think I think maybe some autistic people do this occasionally. And I'm gonna try to do one of the unclogging ways, because I have been doing some stuff to do some things. I'm gonna put on my towel because my hair is still not dry. So I got a little bit of hair. Now you may think comedy works. No. Again, think of your fear shoved right in your face, and you couldn't block it out by closing your eyes. That's not an option. You have to take that option out the door. You have to take it out, throw it out the door. For me, at least, and maybe some people like myself, this doesn't go away. Now, I've already tried a few things that this Dr. Cliff, the guy, has talked about. Yawning. Watching people yawn usually is good, or even hearing. So, yawning alert. But yawning is not working for me. They also said swallowing. Swallowing is a good way. That's not working. It's not working as well. I mean, I'm a little bit more clear. That's the only reason I can talk to you, because otherwise I'd have this thing blaring, and I don't care how light it is, because right now my hearing is, shoot, I'd even try loud headphones, and that would work, at least to make me sane, to know that I could hear. But it doesn't make the ear go clear, and that's the problem. So definitely positive energy. If you see this, that I need this cleared, please. Oh God, please. Like I said, I've had these issues for the longest time. I'm doing this video mostly to show that this could be possibly how some autistic people feel. And I know I don't have too many great ideas. But talking is slightly keeping me sane to try to explain to you all what I'm going through and what people of autism could be going through. Having favorite foods or stuffies or toys can be beneficial. Not completely, but it can help, but not much. Again, it's more I need to get rid of this issue to be calmer, or at least back to where it was to be calmer. But now I'm terrified of washing up because once I washed up and used the stupid Q-tip, that's what I did, and I accidentally got gunk in my ear. Now, this could have happened at any time, and it did make me panic, overtly so. I also want to prove to people that this ain't no joke. People do suffer with this, worse than this. Like I said, I'm trying to stay calm, but as you can tell, this ain't calm. Couldn't do a live stream, so I'm sorry. I may do some stuff on the Facebook as well. Since I can't do live because I don't qualify for live for some godforsaken reason. So I'm going to try to distract myself with also giving, some point I want to give a list of maybe 5 things that were fads or trends in the 2020s. One honorable notice would be, of course, raiding Area 51, which I find hilarious and I thought was cool. And it was definitely more fun than being locked up or having a mask. You know, you see what now I don't know if some people do this, but this is called me hitting my ear to try to get my ear maybe to cooperate. It didn't really do much good, as you could tell. And I am still swallowing. I don't want to go to the 5 unclogging ways, but I may have to. I'm sorry I'm not as coherent. And trust me, I am more coherent than what you can even imagine. When I wouldn't be, I'd be having this thing turned up to highs. I'm already got some hearing issues. Even when I went into clubs, when it was safe. Just more for fun or to see the performances or just for hang out with friends and something to do. And safely, no drinking, just soda, pure soda. Maybe a mixed soda that was mixed with other sodas, but that's it. That's about as far as it goes. I used to have to wear earplugs because I didn't like the feeling of coming out after all the loud music and your ears are ringing because of all the loudness in the club. So that's why I'm very much into, if you're going into something loud, you need to wear those hearing plugs. Sometimes they can get gunked up, but just get new ones. I used to wear them even to sometimes the place I used to work, which was a hell place, of course. As you know, again, no one under a certain age on here. A little profound language there, but it was very much bad place. Like I said, locked in a freezer twice, except the first time I was lucky. And I was even locked in a fear of a lock in the freezer at Burger King. That wasn't fun. It was scary. I should have done what I did then. After being locked in a freezer, you find out a few things you should do. 1, keep that door open under any circumstance. You have someone hold it. You don't have anyone. You have something holding it. A bucket, a desk. You just keep trying to open it. You keep it open. Make sure you make loud noises so everyone knows you're in said freezer. There was one freezer that was bigger, and it was a pull string. And God forbid if that thing ever broke, there would be no chance of barely anybody hearing me. So That one was I would make sure I was loudly heard. I'm in here, you know, because that's a valid fear of mine. And since I was locked in a few places with no windows, and that's the key, no other way out. It's a realistic fear there. Because everybody wanted to go home, and you could never guarantee who was going to be in that building, and they didn't do inspections to see if anybody was locked in the building. Now maybe they have, and they should do that anyways, which I just thought of. That's a new rule. If you especially if you have a cold place, you should do a 5-person check system depending on how many locked places you have. That way you have a backup to the backup. Keys, cell phones, loud radio systems. I mean, that just came to my mind because safety first. And that could have definitely helped. You know, like I said, I'm just very lucky that I'm very, very, very loud. Very loud voice sometimes, using your very loud screaming voice. Like I said, this isn't gone from me. If you thought it was, no. And that's what you're seeing me doing right now. Just walking. My ankle's a little bit acting up. I could tell you the new toy at McDonald's is game. Like I said, you're not seeing me in the greatest. You're seeing me, maybe not my worst, but it's not good. You want to hear shaking? Maybe a sneeze will help. I feel a sneeze. It's annoying when you want to sneeze. I can give a little bit of hope on that one. If you need a sneeze, okay, that felt different. If you need to sneeze, one thing you can do is if you have the sun outside, you can look at the sun, and sometimes that'll help you sneeze. Sometimes it's not an all the time worker, but it's sometimes. Like I said, this is going to be a lot of ums, and I know that's not exactly the greatest of gold, but this is to again go with teaching. It's going to have a very short, even title. Because again, if people believe that this is one of those times, besides going into a hellacious workplace or any workplace, or people bullies are bad. I'm against bullying, so you know me. I'm doing this to show you that distracting doesn't work. I'm not trying to distract myself. I'm trying to give information, and even giving information when in this situation is not doing very good. It's I don't know. Breathing doesn't work. Why would you say breathing doesn't work? Because I don't even like think about all this stuff down here, and I would have to think about it. No, people, that does not work. At least for me, and for people with that issue. Water. I try to drink water each day. I try. It's hard. It tastes bad. I have proven to people before I puke, it's got to be super cold in a glass cup. I can't do no plastic water bottles. Maybe in desperation, I guess, but I don't like the textures of certain cups. If a certain cups I only get for decoration purposes, but I don't like the feel of the cup. The cup is very important to me. I'm a texture type person. Textures are very important on everything, like clothing. I can't do certain clothing because I break out. Glassware, very important. Glassware is like super. I love cups and stuff. I am valid collector of them, and even certain drinks in cups do not work. Now, even though I said glass cups, I will not. I don't like glass cup with Coca-Cola and water in it. Not that their soda has ever maybe been in that cup, but it's the fact that I associate that cup with soda. So I never have that water in that cup just because the association is so strong. And you think you're going to get yucky tasting cola water. Coca-Cola tastes good, especially diet, but not Coca-Cola partial soda with water is just nasty. Or water with milk. No, there's limits to what I. Now tea and ice cream isn't terrible. That is actually a halfway decent combination. And the reason I can do it, especially if you're kind of a little intolerant to milk because it makes phlegm happen, the tea acts as a water base, just like milk would. But since it's not completely water because it's tea, even unsweetened, you won't really taste the difference. You may get a little bit more liquidy shake, but if you like liquidy, it's not terrible. And places will do it for you. If you explain it to them because they need help. Some have never heard of the lunar tea shake or a shake with tea because it's not as bad as it sounds. It's just a little bit more liquidy, especially if they have the mixer. They have to have a mixer. If they can't mix the milk with the ice cream, it won't work. Have my thoughts that I have tried it before mixed where they don't have a mixer and it was pre-mixed with tea. That doesn't work as well. Unless you have a shaker, you want to have it where they mix it old-fashionedly with a mixer. It's got to be a mixer. And you want tea. Unsugar if you want, unsweetened if you want healthy, and make sure, of course, that your ice cream is a flavor like vanilla shake. I like chocolate chip shakes. That's vanilla with that hardening chocolate. Oh, love the hardening chocolate. And yes, even though I'm having a nice conversation with you, if you thought for one instance this was completely gone, no. It is slightly kind of better, but I can still feel where it wants to block, and that's not fun. That's not fun. That's not fun. Oh yeah, I was talking about shakes. So I would say Steak and Shake is like the best place, but they use actual chocolate chips. If you want hardening chocolate, you have to go to Dairy Queen. Notice all the changes with food. McDonald's now having the apples. There was a time when they didn't have apples. Or remember Burger King having macaroni cheese for that short time frame. Or them having apple sauces, even though those are probably not as healthy as apples. Or remembering when McDonald's had caramel sauce and a bigger apples than what they give out now currently. I think they always offered fries, even if certain kids didn't like them. My daughter does not care for fries at all, but at her age, I didn't either. I don't know why that is. Again, I'm doing small talk a lot because, Because I'm still doing this video, and hopefully I will try unclogging my ears when I feel a little teeny bit brave, because it can work, kind of, but it doesn't get rid of the problem completely, and it sometimes works, but it sometimes don't. So you have to do it multiple times. I've had that happen. I just never showed it to you till today. So let's see what this. I'm watching YouTube as I'm taping for YouTube because, like I said, I can't do live, and I may stand up again because walking and shaking makes me realize that my hearing is still physically there. And yeah, if I had a bigger home, this would be great, but I don't. We have a small home, but it's a home. It's a place. Very lucky, very lucky, very lucky. Like I said, if you're seeing this, it's 6:16 in the morning. It's a Thursday. I think it's a Thursday. Okay, it's a Thursday. Like I said, I wouldn't have mattered if I put my Q-tip in the ear, and now I'm probably not going to use Q-tips much. Or have fears of maybe I got water in the air too. I don't like that. All because I tried to get clean. Maybe next time I'll put on one of those shower caps. Because then at least I won't get water in my ear. Shower caps. The way of the future. I don't know. I'm not in competence land to... I'm not in any mood to yell at people in the morning. I mean, I can, but it's more because of how I feel. I want it gone. So it's another thing. You're not very... when you're not in a competent mood, or something is bothering you, you need to get away from it, because you will not be able to be a good judge. You just won't. You're either going to go one way too soft, or you're just going to go way too extreme. And I am on either end of that string because I feel bad and I want it gone. So even without trying to take it out on people, I probably would. And that's not good. Either way, you're too soft or you're too extreme. I would say I'm not in the right mind of myself to really judge much until my hearing is either put back to normal or better than what it was. So trying to unclog the ears is, as you can see, I'm putting it off very much so with other conversations. Yes, it's one thing you shouldn't try to do that I'm doing. You know something that could work, but you're too scared to try it. So you're hoping the other two work. Like he said swallowing, yawning, and I've tried these two profusely. Now, my hearing slightly better. I don't want to over exaggerate, because again, that'll make you think I am... No. I still feel the pressure. It's not like a pain, but it's scary. And I wish I could give you better tips and tricks to ignore it or meditate. Maybe some of you can do those things, but for some of you that can't, you understand exactly where I'm at, exactly at this point. I'm doing this again. It's not a simulation. It's really happening in this time period. It's dark outside still. We're in California, so if you're in the East right now, it's let's see, about 9:19, I think, for you, because time works differently in California. It's kind of interesting to think that right now it's more lighter in the East than it is in the West, but it's real, and I'm gonna vouch for that. Yes, I am again in a towel drying hair. I wish I could do a hair dryer, but I know you should be like, get on with the actual trying and the unclogging of the ears and see if it can help, or at least work, kind of. Because like I said, I've already tried the two things I've been trying. And then again, I'm using something like this. It's a little bit more expensive if you get it off an autistic shop, so baby toys can work for price effectiveness if it's too expensive. I know I like hearing the little turning sounds. I don't know if you can hear that. It does a lot of turning sounds, like if you're winding up a clock or something. And it has a rattle thing. It has colorful balls. It gets staticky, and it's a shaking sound and something to fidget with. I do have a fidget cube somewhere, but I don't know where it's at right now, and I don't want to try to find it. Another good idea if you want to chew, but you don't want to chew something, is gum. Gum can work. Also, there's this bracelet ring thing that actually is a fidget toy. If you like to fidget, this may be a thing because you can make like shapes with it, and it's very movable. It also can unclick itself. I don't know where to find one of these. I would just search autism stimming toys on Google. That's me though, because there are websites that do that. If you want just baby toys, you can find that at any local store, Walmart, Walgreens, anywhere sells teething toys or chewing toys. If you have a tendency to chew and you don't want just gum to chew, because see, I like the texture of these. I don't eat it or anything. I'm just chewing it lightly, as you can see. I don't go conk, it's like with cherries. You don't chomp because you could run into a pit, and that doesn't feel too good on teeth. As you can see, very good at distracting myself from what I'm supposed to be doing. Or what I said I would also try to do. But that's one of the things you do, is you try to I ramble on. That's another bad thing about the autism. When you get into a autistic fit or something like this, or meltdown, or whatever you properly want to call it, you have a tendency to talk a lot. Sometimes I don't talk barely at all. If you message me, unless I know you like severely well, I'm probably going to be shy, one word, because my spelling is atrocious. I can't even spell atrocious, but I can say atrocious. My spelling is dismal at best, and spell check does not always work. Honestly, I have made spell check so confused and lost. Yeah, that's real. And as you can see, I can be quite talkative if I'm in this type of mood, trying to distract, well, not really distract because it ain't working, but trying to not do what I want to do to try to fix this because I'm too afraid. Or if I'm afraid, I get talkative. I'm very talkative, but only in certain modes, or if I'm talking about something I enjoy or love. Which at the moment, some of the shows I watch, I like WandaVision. I was wrong about her being in a coma. But she is controlling the world, probably with the demon's help or whoever the witch's help. That's probably a part of the story. I do think that Vision, spoilers, you probably already figured out, is dead, and she's trying to bring him back to life. Of course, then the only way she can, though, is she has to stay in that world. She can't ever leave that television world, because if she does, he probably won't come back to life. And spoilers again, I think that he will realize it, like a few other people have theorized before me, and he's probably going to want to do the right thing and tell her to let him go. And that will be devastating, I think. Or maybe they can go to another world where it won't affect the reality of here. So, just some ideas. Again, I'm not really into superheroes. I just like WandaVision because I like the TV land situation. And the reason why it's moving so fast is because on real TVs they didn't go through the steps. They moved the pregnancies not as quickly, but pretty quickly. So, again, it's when I realize again my ear, and